Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my August Pan Those Eyeshadows update. I'm coming to you wearing my pajamas still because I went on a run this morning and then took a quick shower and got ready and just threw my pajamas back on until I get my clothes on to go into the office. And instead of running upstairs and getting dressed, I was like, I'm just gonna film this now. So pajamas it is. These I love. They're like super comfy and cute. And yeah, so I figured it was okay that I was wearing this. I'm sure none of you mind. So excited to be here today with all of you and bring you another Pan Those Eyeshadows update. If you are unfamiliar with this project, at the beginning of the year, I randomly selected 5 eyeshadows to work on, and my goal is to work on those eyeshadows until I hit pan. And if I feel like I'm never gonna hit pan or I don't really want to keep working on something, I can roll it out after 20 uses, but I try not to do that. My goal really is to hit pan on all of these eyeshadows. So it's been a good month, I feel like. I just filmed all of my clips of what the eyeshadows look like, and I'm really happy with all of the progress in the pans themselves for the most part. Although I have not hit a new pan this month, I feel like we have done pretty well. If you watched my video last month, you'll recall that I did hit a new pan, so I rolled in a new eyeshadow, and when I roll in a new eyeshadow, I'd like to do a look with all 5 shadows. And I realized that I could use all 5 of them together pretty easily. I will say I mostly used just 4 together, but in general, I am really happy with the progress that I was able to make across multiple eyeshadows this month versus a lot of times I focus in on 1 or 2. So good stuff. And I like to also start these videos out with the numbers. So I have on a spreadsheet just all of my eyeshadows in my collection, but then I also kind of track some numbers across the board. So I still have 238 different eyeshadows. 12 of those are singles. 226 of those are across 13 different palettes. I still just have 39 pans, which leaves my pan percentage at 16.38%, which if you saw my last video, you know that I am super pleased about seeing that jump out of the 15% spot. Without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the eyeshadows in this project. I'm going to start first with my Jaclyn Hill Morphe Volume 2 palette because somehow I've managed to get 3 eyeshadows coming from this palette. I'm gonna start up here with Comfort Zone. This is definitely the eyeshadow that I wore the most. I wore it 11 times this month. It's just been a go-to crease shade. I'm wearing it today just kind of along my lash line. It's super easy to wear, really pretty, and definitely something that can be like a one and done eyeshadow, or it can really just be, like I said, be a crease shade and kind of allow for other shadows to be worn with it because it is very neutral and easy to work with. So I've been really happy to be able to focus on that. I had another crease shade in this project earlier and I was definitely focusing more on that one. So it's nice to be able to see more progress in this pan, and I'm really happy with 11 uses on that because I haven't been wearing a ton of eyeshadow. So to get over 10 uses, I'm actually quite pleased with. The next eyeshadow coming from this palette is this one right here called My Man, and this one has been so slow, but this month I was able to get 9 uses on it because I strictly wore it as a blush. So really happy with the 9 uses. I think that definitely puts us over the 20 usage mark. I'm actually gonna leave this in because I have been enjoying it so much as a blush, but now I am happy that if I decide that I wanna roll it out, I have that option. But like I said, it's been really nice to wear it as a blush. I will say though, like I've barely been tapping my brush in there because it is so pigmented. You need very, very little of this. I like barely tap my brush in there, and then I'm able to use that for both cheeks. And then I usually layer on a more neutral blush on top. But yeah, this one definitely packs a punch, but I'm really happy because no way did I think I would ever get 9 uses on it, and I wouldn't if I had to wear it on my eyes. But thanks to all of you who gave me the idea to wear it as a blush, I've been able to really pick up the pace on the usage on that one. So I'm super excited about that. And then last coming from this palette is the eyeshadow that I rolled in last month, and it's this one right here called Talia. And I wore that one 10 times. So that one is definitely another one that I've gotten a ton of usage out of. I've basically strictly worn this as a inner corner highlight, and it's been super pretty. I definitely think if I was going for a night out or looking to do a little bit more with an eyeshadow look, I could wear it all over the lid and it'd be beautiful as that. I have not need to wet it or anything. If I were to wear it all over my lid, I definitely would wet it, but as I have been wearing it right now, I've just been dipping my brush right in here and using it just dry on the inner corner, because I feel like the little dusting of gold sparkle in the inner corner has just been a better look for me personally. But again, I already kind of see a little bit of progress in this pan too, so really happy with the progress that I've been able to make across all three of these eyeshadows. Definitely have been devoting most of my focus to those three, as you can tell by the numbers, but in general, like, they've been performing quite well together, and it's been good because some of those, you know, you look at them and you're not sure exactly how to wear them. So I'm glad I've been able to figure out ways with my man to wear it as a blush and Talia to wear it as an inner corner to continue to get consistent usage on them. All right, moving next to Legacy. This comes from my Huda Beauty Empowered palette. I wore this one 6 times. And when I filmed my progress clips of the pan, I'm really happy with the dip going in there, or at least how it looks on camera. In person, it looks a little less, but in general, really happy with the progress that we're making on this one as well. I've mostly worn this just in the outer corner, or today I'm wearing it as a little bit of an eyeliner. So definitely picking up less product on my brush than if I was wearing it all over the lid or in the crease. So that's something I do need to consider, of just like, this one's just gonna be a little bit of a slower burn because I'm not putting on as much eyeshadow, but still really happy with the 6 uses and how the pan's looking. And then lastly, coming from my Disco Fox Il Makiage palette, I have been working on this shade right here called Ladies Night. And I pretty much exclusively just use this as a liner, and I've only used it 3 times. So this is the one that I did not pick up as much when I was saying like, hey, I can wear all 5 eyeshadows at once. I didn't. I mostly wore the other 4 and then, you know, occasionally pulled in Ladies Night. I feel like Ladies Night and Legacy kind of do the same thing for me, and I prefer the warmer tones right now of Legacy than the cooler tones of Ladies Night. But still, I feel like this one looked really nice when I did wear it as a liner, and it's performing really well. I think I'm just preferring more of the warmer tone than this one. I was trying to switch back and forth a little bit more, but obviously Legacy got twice as many uses. So that is the update on my eyeshadows. I am quite happy with the progress that we were able to make this month. I know I've mentioned this a million times, but I have not been wearing eyeshadow like I used to. And I think all of you haven't really either. I can tell by the viewers on this video. These videos just don't do as well as my other ones, and I don't think they do as well as they have in the past, which is totally fine. I totally get it, because I'm not as into eyeshadow as I was a couple of years back, and I feel like a lot of you probably feel the same too. And so it's just kind of trying to figure out the right balance, because I don't want to ignore a whole section, and a whole section that I've spent a lot on over the years because it's been a favorite. And so I'm still trying to figure out ways to like wear this stuff while staying true to how I kind of feel and how I do my makeup now. And I feel like I've been able to for the most part. So I am quite happy with that. I hope all of you enjoyed this video and are enjoying this series. If you are, please give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you on my next one. Bye.